What if I told you that moving your hands could really change the way you speak English? Sounds strange, but it really works. When when I meet new clients online, I rarely see their hands. I really don't. It's like their hands are glued to their seats. But when I make a video, as you see, my hands are everywhere. And trust me, it's not just for show. Here's what happens when my clients start moving their hands. They become more confident, more expressive, and their English starts to really flow. Let's take a look. Why people don't use their hands when they speak? Well, one reason is cultural differences. And in some cultures, people don't naturally use hand gestures to express themselves. And for non native English speakers, it really might feel awkward or weird using their hands when they speak English and they don't do it in their native language. It's really, really funny how people really try not to do this. So maybe they're just worried that if people use their hands, they're going to make a lot of grammar mistakes. Of course, that's not true, but it almost feels like that. And for years, I've made a joke. Many people have made this joke that says, how do you make an Italian person not speak? Have them sit on their hands. You ever try to see an Italian person speak without their hands? It sounds like, and they can't do it. Italians are famous for using their hands to speak so expressively, so beautifully. I love Italy. I can't wait to visit again. And I love Italian people. But it's so true. You never see an Italian person speaking like this. It doesn't happen. And that's why they speak so beautifully. And it's really true. So, what are the reasons why we use hand gestures when we're speaking? Well, I think that hand gestures really help because it helps you emphasize key points that you're making. Maybe first and second and third, or whatever it might be, but you're able to emphasize those key points. And second, it helps you really organize your thoughts. So as you're going through and you're emphasizing certain points, you can organize like, okay, this is the first section that we're getting to, and this is the next section, and then this is our final section over here. And you can organize your thoughts really well. And probably the biggest thing is trying to connect and get your audience to feel something. And I've made many videos about trying to get your audience to feel something. But if I talk like this and I don't have any expression, it's really hard for my audience to feel my message. So let go. Let your audience feel your message. It really works because then your audience is going to connect with you emotionally. As I said earlier, I've got a lot of clients and I never, ever, ever see their hands for maybe the first 6 months. And I'll tell the story of one of my clients. And this happened a long time ago. We're working online during just a normal coaching session, private coaching session, and this person got a phone call, and this phone call was in their native language. So they said, "Okay, hold on," and they put me on hold. So they turned the audio off, but left the camera on, and I could see what was happening as they're having this phone conversation. And all of a sudden, this person, who had never seen their hands before, starts talking this way and about this and about that and really emotional about things. And I could see that there was so much emotion. I couldn't hear their words. I knew they were speaking in their native language. But as they were speaking, with passion, and they had some message they were delivering, their hands were everywhere. So they hung up the phone, came back on the call with me, and I explained this. And they laughed with me and laughed and laughed, and for a good reason. And so I started asking them to say, okay, speak English like this, add some emotion. Let me see your hands. And at first it's strange because you never did this before. It's always been like this, and I hope I don't make mistakes. And when you bring your hands out, you're free and you're able to start speaking. And maybe you do this in your native language, maybe you don't. But when people are trying to become fluent in English, I find they're not free. And it's this, I hope I don't make any mistakes. And when they let go, it doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Just let go. Speak. Speak from your heart. Speak with some passion. Speak with some feeling, as I've said so many times. How can you do this? Well, I think there's one simple way to practice this. And of course, you're going to hate it. But it's the idea of recording yourself speaking. As I've said many, many times, record yourself speaking. And when you record yourself speaking, you're probably going to see that you don't have hands. Your hands are down here somewhere. Because it's not comfortable to record yourself speaking. But watch it. See what happens when you record yourself speaking about some simple topic. Just pick up your phone and make a little selfie video and watch it and see what happens. And then noticeably try to use your hands. Maybe start with like one finger. The most important thing that I want to do is this, or at least raise your hand a little bit so you see it. But do something that brings your hands into it and bring some feeling into your speaking. That's the key that's missing with most of the people I work with at the beginning. There's no feeling. Everybody sounds like a robot. And so when you can add your hands to this, and you see this with all my videos, my hands are everywhere. Well, it's not that I'm trying to do this. It's that I really feel strong about this stuff and I have a message for you. So my hands just naturally come out and give you that message. So record yourself a few times and see what happens when you start becoming more free, letting go, letting your hands be part of your communication. Share what happens with you. I would love to hear some stories, whether you can do this, whether you do it now. And if you don't do it now, what happens when you try doing this? Do you feel more free? I know you will. You feel like English is now something, a language, a tool that you can communicate with and not just try to memorize and learn, but let go, be free, see what happens. Share with me. I would love to hear what's happening with you. Okay, give it a try and let me know what happens. Talk to you very soon.